Greetings, welcome to the channel. My name is Mia, and I am the coach that helps single moms turn their gifts into power, purpose, and profit. Straight into it, okay? Purpose, 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 purpose. Everybody's talking about purpose, life purpose, divine purpose, spiritual purpose. What is my purpose? This was a question I used to hear all the time from myself first and from other people. And you get to the point where you're tired of doing 9 to 5, you're tired of doing all of the things that people tell you you're supposed to do, and you're tired of acting the way people tell you you're supposed to act, right? They give you your identity and you realize the identity ain't hitting how the identity is supposed to be hitting, right? It's not speaking to you who you really are. And so you go on this quest of trying to find purpose, right? Purpose, why am I here? What does this even mean? What is any of this for? Yeah. But while it sounds like, okay, I'm finding my purpose, I'm on my path, I'm gonna figure it out, I'm finally gonna be fulfilled, I'm not gonna be wasting my time doing things that do not fulfill me, do not help, do not serve, right? Nobody tells you the flip side to that process. Nobody tells you this is what's gonna happen on this path, on this journey. Seeking yourself and seeking your true identity for yourself as defined by yourself is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. None of this is negative. It's all beautiful and it's all a part of the reason why you're here. Yeah. We're here to serve. We're here to serve ourselves, but we're here to serve other people. And oftentimes that comes through our life experience. That was something that I had to accept, that my purpose was tied in deeply into what I have experienced. Life has been my biggest teacher, and I was running away from that because of assumptions that I had about the people that fell into the category of who I would be serving. It's another video. But the 3 sides of finding purpose for yourself that I never heard anybody speak to was the pain, the patience, and the prayer, okay? The pain. The journey to finding your purpose is very painful, and it is so because you're stripping away an entire identity that you have had for the duration of your life up until that point. So everything that you believed, everything that you thought, everything that you have even done, right? That's like going through medical school. You get to the end of medical school, done with residency, all of that, and you say, this is not it. That's a very painful place to be, that everything that I've done thus far, it's not that it doesn't mean anything, but low-key, it doesn't mean anything because what I'm doing it for is not right. My intention is not right. The foundation of it is not right. And so it's in that realization process and that accepting, as I said before, there's a level of accepting that has to happen where it's going to be painful. You're going to feel like you wasted so much time. I wasted so much time. When in reality, you haven't, because all of that has been a part of the plan. It's been a part of the path, but still, there are still mental blocks that we have where we find ways to find guilt. So it's a painful process. It's a painful stripping away of everything that you knew life to be. It's a painful place to be because a lot of the times isolation is a mandatory part of purpose. You will not find your purpose socializing at the cookout. You will not find your purpose going out every weekend to the club. It takes isolation. It takes spending time with yourself to learn what you desire, to learn what's motivating you, to learn what really speaks to you, to go in and heal those wounds from childhood, right? Let's start there. So when you're talking about stepping into purpose, you're talking about stepping into pain and accepting pain so that you can dissolve pain, right? So that's the first side of purpose that nobody really gets into like that. The second one was harder for me than pain, right? I know pain. I've been through pain, all types of pain, right? And a very big trauma response for people is glamorizing this pain. But the second part of it is patience. You have to have patience with yourself, number one. And my personality, I ain't got time for that. Okay. I want to figure it out so I can execute and move on. Like being stuck in anything is the most excruciating feeling. If you feel like you're a progressive person, you want to move forward, you don't want to feel stuck, you don't want to, having patience is a very big challenge, but it's something that is required in order to really step into purpose, because you factor in, without patience and you're on the path to purpose, you're going to jump at everything, which is going to make you lose money, time, energy, sleep. And you may create some things that cause you to have regret along the path, which is counterproductive, right? So pain and patience are the first two things that are mandatory and are the two underbellies of this purpose path. And the last one is prayer. And I realized this in my own journey very recently, past month, that when you go the opposite way of God, you are prolonging the path, right? You have to be in prayer and connection with God for the purpose to become clear, and not only for it to become clear, but for destiny helpers and for certain things to start falling into your life experience, right? When you move away from God and you don't pray, you don't put God first, and you think you can do it, you can figure it out, you got this, you're pushing away the very things and the very realizations and the very people that are going to help you on your path and in your purpose. So while you're on a journey to purpose, because you're thinking purpose is over here and I'm going to lead myself to this purpose, God and the homies that's supposed to help you is over there, right? So without prayer and without the connection, you're completely cut off and disconnected to the very thing that you're striving and thriving to be in, right? It's backwards. And prayer, I listed as the third thing, but it's really a part of 1 and 2, right? When you find the pain and you find you have to relive and refeel and all the things for the inner child healing, the deep level healing, you're going to need some prayer to get you out of that, to help you through it, because some things are so painful that we have tucked them so far and so deep within our psyche that bringing those to the surface is like, you can't even imagine. And it's that connection with God that's going to keep you going. Patience. I don't know how many times I pray for patience. Like what? Because I don't have it. I don't have it. That's not my skill set. So I need something that I don't feel is in me. And it's something that I have not developed, right? You may say it's not in me, but you really haven't just developed it. You haven't developed the muscle of patience. So you have to pray and ask, God, please, please, like, can you roll through with some patience? Like a cup of patience. I'll start with a cup, then I can move to a mug. I can get a jug going at some point. Like, you have to pray for the things. And honestly, talking about prayer, growing up, we're taught, or at least I was taught, you have to pray this way. It's very rigid. Check this out. The guy that I know, the guy that I serve, has heard me sobbing, has heard me weeping, has heard me frustrated, has heard me slang, okay? Sass, confusion, frustration, anger. I mean, you come with what you have to God in prayer. There is no mandatory script. There is no required presentation, right? There's none of that. So there shouldn't be any guilt to how you're praying or what you should say, or that there's no prerequisite thought process to prayer. If you feel moved to start praying, start praying. I don't care where you're at. I don't care what you have on. I don't care, you know, you come whole, you come real, you come raw. And that's what's going to be felt. There's no pre-drafted, you know, and if you do that, that's fine. I'm not shunning that, but I'm speaking to people who feel like they're not confident in the way that they pray. They're not confident in, you know, the things that they say, the position that they have, how to communicate, because some people, quite honestly, all they know is slang, right? And so are we going to say, well, your vernacular, your grammar is all the way off, so you can't pray, you can't connect with God because you just said minds? Like, are we going to tell people that? Like, that's my thing. That as a former language teacher, that's something that has more to do with me. That has more to do with the listener, the human listener, than it does to that person's connection to God. Totally irrelevant. So if you're listening to this, don't feel any type of way because of how you communicate to God. How you communicate to God is how you communicate to God. And as long as your posture is like respectful, I mean, because you're speaking to God, like, don't play, but don't put parameters on the language as long as it's respectful, right? So, but the 3 points, the underbelly of purpose, the underbelly of purpose, okay? It's painful, patience, prayer, all right? If you want to connect with me, you can below. I have links below. You can schedule a one-on-one call with me, see what programs are appropriate for you. The 2-hour call is for solo mompreneurs who have an idea of what they want to do. They feel like they're on the path. They feel like they figured out the purpose. They figured out the lane. And so now they're trying to connect. They're trying to get into the marketplace. They're trying to get their message out. They're stuck. Okay. And they're trying to get out of it. That is for, you will want to schedule a 2-hour power call with me, and we will walk through that. And then I have a course on the way. I'm very excited about that, which is going to walk you through the same thing, but you can do it at your leisure and at your own pace. It'll have a lot of deliverables in it, which is super cool. And we don't have to sit on a Zoom and connect. You could do it in the middle of the night if you wanted to, because I know the time schedule of a single mom. So if this helped you in any way, please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, share it with somebody else, share it with another single mom, share it with anybody who is on the path to trying to find their purpose, right? Because a lot of the times we get on these paths to really try to better ourselves, and then we're hit with resistance or feel like, hold on, what is this? And sometimes we allow it to knock us off that path because it was unexpected, right? So send this to anybody that you feel it can help. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, morning, night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.